Did you know there's a tiny part of your brain working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to filter your reality based on what you focus on? It's called the Reticular Activating System. And it's the key to why you see opportunities or miss them entirely. In past videos, we've talked about how your brain and what you focus on creates your reality. And today, I'm going to take a deeper dive on how this incredible system works and how you can train it to focus on the things that you desire most. In this video, you'll learn how this ties into your manifesting goals and why maybe some things are not showing up for you yet. Hi, I am Bethel, and I love to share practical tips that bring freedom, joy, and bliss that you desire. So, the Reticular Activating System, also known as the RAS, is a tiny bundle of nerves in your brainstem. And the job of these nerves are to assist your brain in focusing on the things that are most important to you. Your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. And this system is designed to make sure you are seeing what is important to you. It's a subconscious neuropathway system. And one thing about the subconscious mind that is fair to know is that it's going to always do what it feels is positive for you. It may not always be a positive outcome, but it will always do what's positive for you. And one way that it completes this goal is by making sure when your brain can only see one thing at a time, that it's seeing what is important to you. It is your best friend in your pocket. Think of it kind of like your telephone. Have you ever noticed that you'll be having a lot of conversations with friends and you are talking about a certain topic or an object that you want to buy or experience? And the next thing you know, you pick up your phone, you're scrolling through social media, and everywhere you look are ads for whatever it was that you were just talking about. So what you're thinking about, what your brain is going to help you focus on. You may have seen this work in your life. You'd be thinking a lot about a certain person, and the next thing you know, you get a text or a call from them. Or you are humming a song, and then you turn on the car radio, and that song is sitting there blaring out at you. You may have also noticed this work in your life when you want to buy a new car, and so you're studying about it, and you're thinking about it, you're researching it. The next thing you know, it looks like everyone is driving that particular car. This isn't a coincidence, friends. This is your RAS in action. It completes the function since our brain can only focus on one thing at a time, deciding what your brain is going to focus on. You have been training the RAS since you became a conscious being. And unfortunately for a lot of us, we've been subconsciously training it. We've been adding belief systems and thought process since day one that maybe we did not intend to add. And so we keep creating this life that is unfulfilling, lacking in love, maybe lacking in money, maybe being overweight, or whatever else it is that you so desire and have not manifested in your life. So what do you do with this bundles of nerves whose job is to make sure you get what you focus on? First, it's the understanding that what you are focusing on, you're going to start noticing. And what you start noticing, you're going to start manifesting. So how do you get this tiny bundle of nerves to start noticing different things so you can bring it into your space? Well, today, friends, I'm going to share with you a 4-part process that I do that assists me in retraining my RAS to bring into things into my reality that I want. Step 1, set clear intentions. Instead of saying something like, I want to be happier, set the intention of, I notice things in my life that brings happiness. When you say things like, I want to be happier, you are reinforcing to your brain to start looking for all the things that make you unhappier and to create the want of being happier. But if you shift that into saying, I notice things that make me happy, you just told your brain, oh, I need to start looking. What's making me happy today? You said it makes me happy and I notice those things, so I need to start noticing them. And you will start seeing the different things come into your life that make you happy. Make them in the positive, make them in the present, and make them believable. And so once you have that incredibly clear intention set, visualize yourself acting as if you already have that intention as an everyday part of your life. Put on some meditation music, get yourself relaxed, and then visualize yourself in your intention. If your intention is, I notice things that make me happy, visualize yourself being happy. Feel it. What does it look like? I like to picture me doing cartwheels across a field of flowers out in the beautiful sunny day with the blue sky all around me, wearing shorts and being barefoot. Sometimes as I do that cartwheel, I might fall on the ground and I just roll over into the flowers and start laughing, and I just feel the joy surround me. The feeling is the key here. Get yourself into the feeling of what you want your intention to be. If your intention is to want more money to flow into your life, what would that look like? What would you be wearing? Who would be around you? What would it smell like? What would you be doing? Get yourself into the feeling of the intention that you're setting. And then do that every morning. Start your day with that visualization practice. But don't stop there, friends. You need to focus on it and retrain your brain as a conscious, committed action to be looking for that intention in your life. And so, find an affirmation or a mantra that you can recite throughout the day. If it's, I want to be happy, have the mantra of, joy fills my life in every way. My life keeps getting better and better. And then make sure you recite it throughout the day and feel the joy, feel the emotion behind the intention. When I first started doing this, to make it be more conscious of an effort, because I don't know about you, I can be a little bit stubborn, and I would do my visualization. I'd get busy with my day and forget to say my affirmations. And the next thing I know, it's the end of the day, I'm tired, and I'm going, ugh, that didn't work because I was not happier today. Well, I realized I needed to do something to remind myself to hold on to that visualization and the energy of that visualization. So what I did was every time I walked through a doorway, I made a conscious mental note that I was going to recite my affirmation. So I've walked through the doorway to go to work. My life gets better and better every day. I live a blissful life full of ease and grace. Close the door and go to my car. Oh, there's another doorway. And I would recite my affirmation there. And then when I got into work, there's another doorway, and I recite my affirmation there. At this time, I was a teacher, and I walked through the doorway of my classroom quite a bit during the day. And I made a mental note that even though I may have a lot of children behind me, mentally, I was going to state my affirmation and feel it. And I started noticing that I would be happier a little more every day. So do something like that for you to remind yourself to say those affirmations multiple times. Remember, don't just say an affirmation and go, oh, my life gets better and better every day, and then move on. Say it with the emotion and make it believable. If your affirmation is, I'm skinny, slim, fit, and healthy, and you really aren't, and you say something like that, you're going to have a voice in the back of your head going, yeah, right. You're not skinny, fit, and healthy, crazy girl. And that doesn't help you either. So make sure when you set the affirmation, it's one that you can believe in. I am getting healthier every day. We're dieting, we're exercising. We can feel that, we can believe that. And we get excited about that because our bodies are getting healthier every day. Woohoo! And let yourself get into that energy. So make it a believable affirmation as well. And then at step 4, before you go to bed at night, journal your gratitudes and your success for what you did in the day. Write down what you noticed about your day. Today was a happier day. Out of the blue, my best friend called and we laughed and joked all day long. I am so grateful for being happier every day. I see my family responding to my happiness. Whatever it is, there is something that you can be grateful for that happened in your day. And you write it down. By you doing this, you're reaffirming to the universe that this is exactly what you want to be focusing on. It's retraining your RAS to make sure it's focusing on it. It's thanking the universe for bringing that into you. And you're acknowledging, hey, I'm noticing these little things. And it allows bigger things to start coming. And the next thing you know, you're living a happy life and you're not having to say, my life gets better and better every time you go through a doorway, because you've retrained the RAS to look for all the things in your life that makes you happy. Your RAS is like a loyal assistant. It is going to work diligently for you because it loves you so much, but you have to give it the proper instructions. By setting clear intentions, visualizing, setting positive affirmations, and journaling your gratitudes and your successes, you are retraining the reticular activating system to focus on what you really want. You are now becoming an active, conscious creator of your life. What do you do if you feel like you have set your positive intentions and what you are wanting still isn't coming into your space? I've been there. I understand. Take a deep dive into your brain, into your heart. Just put on some positive affirmation music and just do a free write about it. Do you believe your affirmation? Is there an unconscious voice going, yeah, right, you don't deserve that. Yeah, that'll never happen for you. Do you have an intention that's not very clear? I want to be rich. What does that mean? Because rich for one person is different for another person. Could you get clearer on your intention so that the universe isn't confused as to what you're thinking about? Have you fully gotten into the energy of what your intention is? Have you let yourself go there? I realized when I first started my spiritual journey that this part was really hard for me because I was raised to be practical and logical. Do not daydream. It's a waste of time. Even though I was allowed to watch things like Disney movies, I really wasn't allowed to read those fantasy books. And if anything came on the TV or into our space that wasn't practical, I was quickly told, that's not practical. You can't do that. In fact, even down to what I wanted to do for a living, I was not allowed to say something silly like, I want to be a ballerina and dance on the moon. That's not practical. And so I was taught that it was not okay to dream. And so when I first started trying to take my intentions and visualize myself as if it already happened, there was a huge block for me because I had all of those voices in my head saying, that's not practical. That's not real. You can't do that. You can't dream that. It's not going to happen. Come on, look at your life. You're not happy. And I fought it so hard. I really made the beginning of my spiritual journey incredibly hard because I didn't know it was okay to dream. So if you are anything like me and you are trying hard to change your life and take control and do these conscious affirmations and you are not seeing the results, maybe you have some kind of block like that as well. Be gentle with yourself. Realizing that was one of my blocks was incredibly freeing. It took me a while to be able to dream about what it would feel like and look like and sound like when I would set my intentions. But it gets easier and easier, and it's glorious when you get there. Start small. Take one thing at a time. One thing that maybe isn't so huge that your body is going to fight back with everything it can. So you can start seeing the successes for that, which will make the bigger things that matter to you easier when you go on and start doing this process with them. Over time, little things compound to big things. And I spent a lot of time thinking that this wonderful manifestation is meant for everybody else, but not me, because I couldn't get there with visualization. But I learned that about myself, and I was able to heal it and move on. Figure out what your block is, embrace yourself, heal it, sit with it, and then allow these miracles and beauty to enter your life. Through a clear intention, through feeling the visualization, by stating positive, believable affirmations, and by showing your gratitude and acknowledging your successes in a journal every night, you are retraining your reticular activation system. Which one of these works for you? I want to know. Put it in the comments below. And if you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, share this video with another person who might could benefit from it, because I have more practical tips coming. And until then, may love, joy, and freedom fill your life. Namaste.